7:31 is the time. Taking a nap on an airplane might be a little bit more difficult in the future. Happening now, the FCC is debating whether or not airlines should allow passengers to make in-flight phone calls. Imagine that. Ainsley Earhart has more.
It's a decades-old ban.
And an Associated Press poll found that most Americans don't want to hear their neighbor on their cell phone during a flight. So we want to know what you think about phones on planes. We posted the question on Facebook this morning. Christine says, honestly, if you cannot disconnect for a short while and just relax and enjoy the peace without Facebook or texting, something is wrong. Unplug for a bit, it will all be okay. Crystal says, I wouldn't want someone next to me on their phone the whole time. How irritating. Texting would be fine, but phones would be horrible. Aaron says, cell phones don't interfere with anything in the cockpit. I fly with my uncle all the time in his plane and always use my phone while taking off in the air or landing. You can still join that conversation. Just like us on Facebook. It's Eyewitness News-Bakersfield Now. And new this morning, we do have a commuter alert to tell you about right now. The California Highway Patrol and Caltrans are at the base of the canyon on Highway 178. Rocks have apparently fallen in an area about a mile east of Call Box 1. Those rocks have led to flattened tires. Caltrans is assessing the situation right now, but if you're headed through that area this morning, be advised you are urged to drive with caution. Man will now spend nearly 3 decades in prison for beating his girlfriend to death with a baseball bat. Travis Brown pled no contest to voluntary manslaughter and other felony charges. He was sentenced yesterday in court. Documents say Brown admitted to beating 39-year-old Charla Haar during an argument last year at a home in East Bakersfield.
Isn't she great? Isn't she great?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're watching what could be considered animated evidence in a lawsuit against former San Diego Mayor Bob Filner. This week he was sentenced to 90 days home confinement and felony probation for sexually harassing female coworkers at the office. Now a lawyer for one of the victims says he'll use this animated video to show what his client says happened after she and Filner met in April.
She says, you know what, that was actually accurate. It really shows him as being very creepy, and he had a very creepy laugh at the end.
The future. Yesterday, Stacey McKenzie filed suit against Filner, claiming he grabbed her from behind, then put her in a headlock and fondled her breasts. She is one of nearly 20 women to have accused Filner of sexual harassment.
The customers get the humor. Rob, would you please take it from here? Thank you so much, and bonjour.
Bonsoir, Linda. It is now 7:39. Smear scuffle. A fight in a parking lot lands a woman in jail. Next, how using her makeup as